G'day everyone and welcome to Lumberjack's Dynasty. This was released today, this game. It's been on my wish list. It's made by Toplitz Productions and Yumio Studios and published by Toplitz Productions. It's a carry-on from Farmer's Dynasty, so anybody who's played Farmer's Dynasty would probably be very familiar with this game. As I said, published today, and already it has mixed reviews, and that puts me on to my little rant about people going and putting reviews on games in a gung-ho manner and creating a lot of difficulty for producers and for developing studios. If you are familiar with Farmer's Dynasty and have played that, you will know that when that was released, it did have bugs, it did need a lot of polish and stuff like that. It had gameplay in it. And Toplitz worked for a considerable amount of time continuing to develop and improve that game. And overall, Farmer's Dynasty was a very good game. I played it a lot. And they will do this as well. This has been released in early access. And there probably are some bugs and stuff. This is really my, other than just having a really quick go, previously, before I've started this video, this is really, most of it is a new experience for me. So I thought we'd give this a good look and a good review and a good first impressions, and see how we go, and we can carry this series on. So we'll just click new game here. Yes. Now again, this style of gameplay isn't for everybody. It's not farm sim. It's not anything like that. It has its very own style, and yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Major changes in your life often come unexpected. A week ago, my favorite Aunt Grace called me. As a boy, I used to spend a lot of time on her lumber farm. Now, of course, she and my Uncle Charles have grown old, and they're looking forward to a happy retirement. They decided to sell their dwindling business and need my help to bring it up to shape. I'm only too happy to help them. Besides, I'm beginning to realize how much I miss the peace and quiet of the mountains, the clean air, the stunning views, and the sweat of good old-fashioned hard work.
I don't think I've ever met a bus driver that drives that slow.
I'll put my city life on hold, turn off my telephone, and return to the bosom of nature.
Bosom of nature.
For a while.
Oh, waving to Arnie. Nice lumberjack beard. Check that out. And the lumberjack shirt and the braces. We've got it all happening. Especially for a city boy. It's pretty cool. Okay, chapter 1. Guest in the house. Let's go over and meet our aunt.
It's been years, but you've grown up so handsome. We've both missed you.
It's nice to see you too. You look great as always, dear Auntie. I'm looking forward to staying with you.
Well, thank you. You'll have our old house all for yourself. We've moved to a smaller house right across the street. It's a lot easier to keep tidy.
I see you want to sell most of your property.
Yes, we're looking for a buyer for the house and the lumber mill. We haven't got the strength anymore, and with no one to help, the buildings are a bit run down.
I'll be only too glad to help you with whatever you need me to do. You realize that, don't you?
Oh, thank you. You're so kind. I'm indeed worried about your uncle. He's too old to be out working in the forest, doing all the heavy lifting himself.
I can imagine. The forest has always been very close to his heart. So how about a little tour?
Follow me. I will show you everything.
So the characters, the action, and the dialogue are very Farmer's Dynasty.
You know, I'm really fond of this place. I've spent most of my life here. Hello? Yes, darling? He just arrived. Oh no, do you need any help? I will ask him. Your uncle has a problem in the forest. Could you please get over there and see what's wrong?
Yes, of course. Where can I find him?
He's in a clearing behind the sawmill. I am sure you'll find him right away. Take our old pickup. It's parked in front of the house.
Will do. See you later.
All right, so there's our first task, is to get in the car and go and see Uncle. Buildings, graphics, all that type of stuff is you know, the same as Farmer's Dynasty. The buildings are obviously different, but they're constructed and textured the same. So, and I've always found it, you know, it might be a little bit cartoony, but I do. They've done a good job. And once you got used to it in Farmer's Dynasty, then it was just sort of, it was natural to come into this game. All right, so we'll go across here. Oh, that's in the Simidiom green, that van. And we will enter the old pickup here. Now, I use a combination of... I haven't tried my G29 because I could never get that working in Farmer's Dynasty, so I didn't want to mess with it in this game. So I, as in Farmer's Dynasty, use a combination of keyboard and Xbox controller to play the game. So you'll probably see controls change between control hints change between Xbox controller and keyboard. That's as I move in and out of what I use. So, all right, let's see if we can. So we've got to go and find our uncle. We'll have a look in here. There we go. Relatively basic, the graphics in here. Same as what Farmer's Dynasty was. So right stick to change the button, and there's a rusty old... I love this ute. This ute is fantastic. Alright, let's go. Nothing coming. And off we go in Uncle's ute. So that, I assume, is the sawmill there, with the big for sale sign out the front. Okay, let's pull around here. Yeah, so a combination of controller, which I'm using to drive, and keyboard seems to be the best way to go in these games. Let's see. There we are, over there. Now, I'm not a very good... I would use controller for the entire game, but I am not a controller person. I am absolutely terrible with controllers. Alright. Oh. Okay, exit old pickup. Out we go. Now, I'll try and use the controller here. Let's see how we go using the controller.
Hello, lad. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too, dear uncle.
He's an Irish
Aunt
fella.
Grace told me you have a problem.
Got stuck in the mud. I used to be better at handling the accelerator. Can you help me?
Sure, no problem. What do you want me to do?
Get on the tractor and try to attach the trailer. Let's see if you could get it out of the water.
Uncle Irish. Alright, here's the tractor. As usual, Linden tractors. They're pretty cool little tractors to use. I don't use them in Farm Sim, but I've definitely used them here, so let's see if we can back this fella up. Okay, and a little bit further. And hitch with that. Beautiful. And out we go. Now, you can't tell me Uncle couldn't get that out of the water. Alright. The vehicles drive relatively well, especially using the controller.
Well done. You have some skill, you know that. But this is just the beginning. Let's see if you remember how to handle a tree this time. Follow me, lad. Now pick up the chainsaw. Still remember what I taught you. Be careful.
Okay, pick up the chainsaw. And this is where I might swap over to my keyboard again. Lovely. Alright, we're going to chop a tree down. Let's see, into that clearing, I'm guessing. Okay, so moving, holding the left mouse button down and moving the mouse left and right to keep that chainsaw in the middle of the coloured area there.
Good job. Great technique.
Oh,
You really have
which
done
way are you
strong.
falling?
Now you need to cut away the branches and cut the trunk into logs.
We can do that.
Think you could load the logs onto the trailer? Bring the vehicles here and give it a try.
Lovely. Some of the hit areas here are a little bit funny, but I'm sure that they'll sort that out. Okay, so we need to cut this log. When I did this last time, it'll only let you cut in certain places. So you move along the log sideways like that, and then it'll bring up, there we go, brings that up. So lovely. Alright, so we'll put that away. I used my scroll wheel to put that away. We'll bring the tractor in there. So again, oh, Uncle's in the tractor. Alright, so we'll get in, and again I will swap over to the controller for this. And as you can see, they've got the ground manipulation that we're used to in Farmer's Dynasty there. As your tractor drives over it, you create ruts and stuff. So the premise is relatively the same in this game, and that is that you're taking over a business. Previously it was a farm. This time it's a lumberjack place and a lumberjack factory or a sawmill. And you create a life in the town, basically. So we'll get into all that as we go. Now, to use the crane, need to hold the left mouse button down. Now, I use the mouse for this because on the controller, you have to hold the B button down and use the right stick to manipulate the crane, which seems a little bit unusual if you ask me, just purely due to the fact that the B button on the controller and the right stick are both on the same side, so it sort of doesn't make any sense. So we will bring this around and we will drop it on here by hitting the enter. Up we go. See if we can grab this one over here while we're at it. Now you can take your finger off the mouse button and turn around like that. So I could cheat here and just hit enter. Bring the log around. Hopefully I can drop it in there. Come on. There we go. And I may need to move the tractor forward a little, which I'll just use the keyboard for that one. Okay, and up we go and across. Pick this log up. So this is teaching us the basics of the game. The cranes are relatively easy to use. The head areas for picking up logs and stuff are pretty large, so it's not a tough feat to do that. All right, so now it wants us to follow this and take this over to drop it in the lake there. All right. Now let's see. Let's pull right over to the edge here. This is obviously the hit area. Okay, and we shall pick up that log. And the idea is to pick it up and drop it all in the water. There we go. Lovely. Pick that up. Take it over there. Drop it in the water. The controllers with the crane is very, very responsive. It does move. It does move quite quickly. Okay, so
Well done.
quest
Thank you,
updated.
lad.
We need
Well,
to.
enough for today. Let's just head home.
All right, so we need to drive back to the main farmhouse.
You did just fine today.
Anytime, Uncle.
Perhaps you'd like to help us with the farm and lumber mill some more, eh? Or even think about settling down here. Life is good and quiet. I'm sure you'd like it.
Okay, so right button and up
You don't
turns
have
the
to
lights
answer
on.
right away. Just think about it while you're helping us here for a week or two.
Can we get
And then
through
we'll
here?
see
Yes,
if
we
you like
can.
living here. All right?
Tractor sounds are pretty poor. It's just a looping sound, but it was always the same for Dynasty as Farmers Dynasty as well. So sorry about that, buddy. No, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Come on, buddy. Okay, so I might just park the tractor here. Oh, come on. Okay. Now, I have found that, and I'll do this here, that it won't, I don't know whether it's just tutorial, but it won't let you get out of the ute or out of the tractor until you've hit the spots, the marker spots. So, all right, that's just left there basically. All right, we'll just we'll deal with that, and we'll go and see Arnie.
Hello, boys. Did you sort it out?
Yes, it was a refreshing experience.
If you still feel like it, I will show you around the farm.
Yeah, I would love to look
Yeah,
around.
I would love to have a look around.
All right, let's follow old Auntie here.
Healthy food has always been important to us. Charlie planted these apple trees many, many years ago. They still bear lots of fruit.
It's very difficult to keep up with her because she walks a lot slower than you walk with your default walk.
I've
So
always dreamed of putting up a hive here, but, well, I never did. It would be really good for the trees and the flowers, and I just love honey.
okay, so we might be able to put some build some hives at some point. By the sounds of
Greenhouse
that.
is in pretty good condition. You can buy seeds in the store and you could grow vegetables really fast.
Excellent. That's
This
like
farm could become self-reliant in no time.
it's like Farmers Dynasty. Grow your own vegetables in the
Now
greenhouse.
Workshop, your uncle's kingdom. You can refuel and wash every vehicle here. With a few improvements, you should even be able to carry out your own repairs. It hurts me to see the buildings in this awful state. If you are up to it, you might start doing something about it right away. There should be some tools in the workshop.
All right, so that sounds like that's our task, is to do something about grab ourselves some tools.
So you
Okay.
found something. Good. Now you can try it out. Do you think you
Okay.
can fix this wall?
Of course we can. Okay, so left mouse button to repair. There we go. Can we reach that? Yes, we can. So this is classic Farmers Dynasty, fixing your buildings up.
You are real natural, dear. These repairs will do for now, but of course it doesn't look too pretty, does it? But once you can produce planks in the sawmill, you can restore these walls to their former glory.
Oh, okay, so you got to.
Only fully dried planks can be used for buildings, so if you're in a hurry, you'll have to buy some in the store. And you can repaint these too. I'm sure someone will teach you how to do that.
Well, that's great.
Remember the old days when this barn was full of animals. If you can repair these walls and the roof, you'll be able to keep animals in here again. See if you can climb up and check out the roof. Then you can use scaffolding to carry out the necessary repairs.
Okay, so so it looks like we're getting all of Farmers Dynasty in here, or a lot of elements of Farmers Dynasty, with the animals, the barns, the chickens over there. I do like the fact that she just said that we can use, when we start producing timber in the sawmill, that we can use our own timber to to restore the buildings and stuff once we've dried that timber out. So that's actually pretty cool. Previously in Farmer's Dynasty, we basically now where are we going to put this? Right there, I think. In Farmer's Dynasty, we basically went and purchased the materials to repair our house. In this one, it looks like we can create our own materials. Come on.
Come on, I'll show you the house.
Okay, that only did small patches there. I'm not sure why it did small patches. She wants us to go over and have a look at the house. Okay. So that may be a bug, I'm not sure. Oh, okay, luckily we can't die. Alright, let's have a look at the house.
This house needs renovating too, but it should be cozy enough for you as it is. I'm sorry we can't offer you anything better, but at least you'll have a bedroom, a kitchen, and a bathroom. You can cook for yourself and relax in the evenings.
As long as I can have a food, a cup of coffee, and a shit, I'm pretty happy about that. Thanks, Auntie. Alright. Uncle's having a stretch over there, Uncle Irish. So yep.
Try to get to know the neighbors. I'm sure they'll help you too. We have fishermen, herbalists, farmers, you name it. Peaceful and friendly people.
There's plenty of work in our lumber mill out there. Make sure to check it out as well. You should be able to get it going again, and who knows, maybe even make it profitable.
And remember, whenever you need anything, you can always come to us. You can be sure I'll have some treat waiting for you. You know you must always eat well and get plenty of sleep to keep up your strength.
See you soon, lad.
Laddie. Goodbye, Auntie. Goodbye, Uncle. Okay, so let's have a look at it. So now we've got through that, let's have a look at the map. So it looks like these areas are forestry areas. We don't... do we own any of these areas? We might own an area. We own this area here, so we could cut all the trees down in this area. There's a general store there. The lumber mill is there. That's where we drop the logs. We own that little piece of forest there, so we're probably going to have to plant some trees at some point. There's an agricultural store for everything for your barn and greenhouse. There's another log drop place there. So I assume that this water network, they take all the logs around and to the lumber mill around there. What else have we got? We've got a gas station there. That looks like another agricultural store or something. Vehicle store, general store. There we go. There's these are usually social areas, social gathering areas, where the umbrellas are and stuff, which is where you actually go and meet the community. And I'm not sure whether this has jobs in it and stuff, but it's quite a large map. It looks good. There's plenty here to do. There's plenty of areas that we can purchase to do our forestry. There's quite a few over this side of the lake here. Okay, cool. So let's go and have a look around. It's the tab key that gives you your some of your stats, your inventory and stuff. We've got scaffold there, a nailing gun there, a chainsaw there. This gives you your level of tiredness and your level of hunger. These are your skills basically, and they increase as you do things. So we've got 1,000 social points. Social points can be used. You've got to build up social points to be able to get married and have children in this. Social points also can be used to give you a discount on machinery when you buy machinery. We've got 1,250. Wow, is that 1,000? Yeah, that's 1,250 euros to start with. So there you go. Now, how do we pick this up? Can we pick this up? No. Oh, remove scaffold. Yes. So I basically hit the F4 key there And I can hit E to remove the scaffold. Alright, let's have a little bit of a squiz around our little farm here. Got a little shed here. Okay, this has big doors at the front, so we could store machinery in here if we wanted to. That's pretty cool. A well. Is the well usable? I'm not sure. This is the barn for the animals, which again we can repair as we get some timber and stuff. There's quite a lot of repairs in here. There's a chicken coop. Some barrels there. Okay. I'm not sure whether there's treasure boxes, loot boxes around the map like there was in Farmer's Dynasty, but I'm kind of guessing that there probably is. There would also be fishing once we manage to get ourselves a fishing rod. We'll probably be able to go out here and do some fishing as well. But overall, slightly cartoony, but it does look beautiful. It looks beautiful and it looks peaceful. The sound is really good. The voice acting is akin to Farmer's Dynasty, and I do apologise that I keep referencing Farmer's Dynasty, but it's pretty well exactly the same game. With a different purpose and different things to do, which is pretty cool. Well, look at that. This place really is in a state, so we need to fix that up. What's in here? A little wardrobe by the looks of it. Pantry. That might be the pantry, I'm not sure. Lounge room area. Deck out there to fix. This is actually pretty cool. Pretty cool little place. Here's the stairs. So everything feels very natural to me. The movement, the controls. I don't know whether that's because I have had a lot of experience in their previous game, but it's all very natural and very easy to use and quite intuitive. So let's get a night's rest. Now you can see there it says enter take a week's rest. You can skip weeks if you want to skip weeks. Say you're waiting for things to grow, you're waiting for trees to grow, or in Farmer's Dynasty it was waiting for crops to grow. Then yeah, you could always skip a week. This looks like a bedroom here. Walls had it. What's in here? It's another bedroom, and that's a bathroom. There you go. Doesn't look like there's too much renovating to do in the bathroom. But once we start renovating this place, then we can also paint it, which is, again, pretty cool. Alright, so let's see what Arnie's got to do with us. For us to do today, we are going to be going through a bit of this tutorial stuff today, so... and then from there on we will carry on with the game on our own. So there's a purple van. Never trust a person in a purple van. Alright, open. So this is where Arnie and Uncle live, in the small house across the road. Their house is a little less run down than ours. So morning, guys.
Hello, dear. Good to see you.
Okay, so conversation. Some of the dialogue that's in here, if it's going to be the same as their previous game, is actually quite hilarious. So,
Hello, Auntie. How are you?
I am fine, darling. But you look half-starved, dear. Here, I've prepared something for you.
Okay, so I think she's given us some food there. I need to ask you something.
I need to ask you something.
Of course, sweetheart. What do you want to know?
Oh, she called me sweetheart. You mentioned animals. What can you tell me about gardening? Do you have any cooking tips for me? Any other advice you can give me? Gotta go. Look after yourself.
Gotta go. Look after yourself.
Okay, so we
Need
want
me to help you with something?
Well, yes, actually. Our pickup, Christine, is left in the forest. She's not worth much, but it would be a shame if somebody stole her. Would you mind driving her back here?
Of course, we can do that. That's a pretty simple objective. Go for your uncle's old pickup, check map to check the updates. Now, we can also, let's see, the old pickup it was down the road, it's just down here. You will notice that there are bus stops here. You can use the bus to travel between places, but it looks like we're running down here. Yeah, we'll run down here because there's no bus stop here, but there's a bus stop there. There's one just here. So they're scattered all over the place, and you can go walk to a bus stop, and you can activate the bus stop and choose where you want to go. There's nothing near where we want to go, so it looks like we're going to walk that distance, which is okay. We can run it. That's fine. I've always liked the ambience in their games. The ambience here and the morning light, the birds. It's actually quite nice. It's quite relaxing, which makes for an even more enjoyable game. So they've always done very well on that. Okay, so this is all the lumber mill here. All the machinery that we will probably need to operate at some point. Is that a wood chip thing? I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Alright, can we get over here? Yes, we can. That's where we dumped our logs previously. So by the sounds of it, you need to do all things involved in logging. You need to cut the logs. You need to throw them in the water. You need to process the logs. You need to let the logs dry and your timber dry out before you can use it and before you can on-sell it. So it's going to be pretty interesting. It seems like there's actually there's going to be a lot to do in this. Alright, let's take this back to Uncle. Back to the controller again. What does that sign say? See you soon. This must be the town limits. Okay, there's no vehicles coming. I do love this ute. It's nicer than the one that we got in the in Farmer's Dynasty. This one's old. Alright, so you can see quite a bit of texture popping. I have the settings set to, actually we'll have a look at it in a sec. I think I have the graphic settings set to high, but what I might do is set them to ultra so that we can see what's going on and see if there is any major difference. Alright, let's just stop here. I'll just go into the menu really quickly and we'll have a look at that in the options. We might save the game out. Being an early access, then the possibility of crashing is probably high. Options. Let's go into graphics options. Performance options, high quality. You've got gamma correction and field of view. We'll go to ultra quality. I've got sound volume up to here. I probably should bring it up to there actually. And voice volume here. I've got ambient music disabled for YouTube purposes. Game, my axis isn't inverted. My tool mode, I haven't got head movement on. That's controller sensitivity, and that controls the sensitivity of your controller. So my Xbox controller, in this sense, in this case. What I have found as well is that I always need to. The mouse sensitivity is horrendous. It is so fast that I always have to actually just adjust my mouse on my mouse. I use I've got a mouse that has buttons on it to adjust the sensitivity. So when I come into this game, I adjust the sensitivity to suit the game, and then when I get back out, I put it back to normal again. So, all right. Okay, let's pull in here. Now again, as you can see, it's not giving me the option to get out of the... there we go. It's giving me the option to get out of the vehicle now. Maybe it was because I was moving. Alright, we'll go and see Uncle. And then what we might do is, before we do any other missions, we might go for a drive to a store and...
I brought the car like you asked.
Wonderful, thank you. Now that I think about it, you could use the truck more than I do now. Why don't you use her while you're here? She's not much, but I'm sure you'll like her. You should go and see Oliver. Last time we talked, he mentioned something about his barn that needs some repairs. Perhaps you could help him. I actually feel bad about asking you, but you've seen our old house and farm buildings. They're all in really bad condition. Could you bring them back to life? What do you think? Help us old folks. We will share the extra profit, but only after we sell it. I cannot afford to pay you at the moment, but if you help, you will live comfortably while you stay here.
That sounds good. I'll sort that out.
That sounds good. I'll sort that out.
I spotted a rather strange-looking man down by the river. He hid in the bushes when he saw me. Could you please check on him?
Might have been
I must
James.
say I'm a little scared.
Will do. See you later.
A strange man hiding in the bushes near the river. That's got to be James, right? Yep, it's got to be James. Alright, so he's given us his ute to use, which is pretty cool. And what we will do now is, let me see if I can set waypoints on the map. Whereabouts is the machinery store? The vehicle store's there. So we want to go to there. Okay, you can only set one map. So we need to go out of here, across to there. So we turn right out of the yard, head to there, turn left, follow that all the way around, and it'll take us to the machinery store. There's a fuel station down there as well. So you can't put waypoints, but you can put one single marker waypoint on the map. Okay, let's go and have a look at the machinery store just to see what type of machinery they have there. I'm not sure whether all of the machinery will be there or not, but let's have a look anyway. Once we've had a look at that machinery, what we might do is we might call it an episode. And we will continue our first look in episode 2. So this is where we need to turn here. It's a little more jumpy with the settings set to ultra high, as you can probably see just with panning around and stuff. Okay, I'm pretty sure we continue on around here. Now, it would be pretty cool if there were boats in this one. That would be pretty awesome. Okay, that would be the fuel station. Yep. That's the fuel station there. I don't think I can tell... I don't think there's too much difference between Ultra. There is a little bit more jumping. Obviously, being early access, it probably hasn't been optimized as much as what it needs to be optimized. But let's just pull over here. I'll see if I can get rid of that jumpiness if we go back into the settings. And drop this from Ultra back to high quality. Let's also check the map. We are going in the right direction, aren't we? Yes, we are. We're not too far from the machinery store now. Alright, off we go. I apologise about my... What's that place there? It looks like there's some stuff to set up there, perhaps at some point to build. These Dynasty games are also they're about farming, or in this case lumberjacking, but they're also about where's our entrance there? They're also about building and fixing things up and repairing stuff. You do jobs for other people, and earn money and reputation, social points that way you also earn social points talking to people. So, okay, so we've got tractors here. We've got a very dark green Lindner, a red Lindner. There's a trailer over there, which is probably also a tipper. There's a logging trailer. I can't see any other machinery here at this point in time, but I'm sure that there will be other machinery unlocked as well. So that's like a grain trailer, a Flegel grain trailer with a little grain outlet in the back there. I'm not sure whether you can walk in here. I don't think you can, so there you go. Alright guys, well, what we might do is we might start by getting rid of that there. What we might do is we might leave this episode and this first look here, and when I see you in the next episode, we'll delve further into the game. We'll do some of the missions, do some of the repairs and stuff like that, so we can see how all that goes. But thanks for watching this episode. I will see you in episode 2. Hit like if you like this one, and please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.